Welcome back to FM Storey. We're rapidly approaching the end of season 3 of this save with Milan, and things are going so well that we're in with a chance of winning a treble this season. We are 11 points clear at the top of the table with 8 games left to go. We've got a 3-goal lead going into the second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final, and we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Only downside to that is we've been drawn against Real Madrid. Without further ado, let's get into the action and find out how many trophies we end up with this season. We are approaching the end of April, and we've had a bit of an eventful time since the last episode. We are on the verge of wrapping up the league title. As you can see from the league table, we're currently 14 points clear of Juventus and Inter with 15 points to play. So if we win our next game, which is against Spezia, who have 9 points all season and have already been relegated, we can secure the league title for the 3rd successive season. We started with a really comfortable 6-0 victory at home against Monza. And then the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final against Real Madrid was a wild one. They took a very early lead. We went and equalised right on half-time. We then went ahead around about the hour. They pulled the goal back. We got then another 2 to go 4-2 up. And then Brahim Diaz scored in the 94th minute. And as a bit of a spoiler, late goals have cost us in this time. In between the 2 legs, we had Salernitana away from home and won 3-0. And then the second leg of the quarterfinal, they scored 2 very early goals. We pulled a goal back before the hour, which would have seen us go to extra time, only for them to get an injury time third from Jurriën Timber to put us out 6-5 on aggregate. But we then bounced back with a hammering of Fiorentina. We won 6-1 at home. We won the second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final 3-0 away at Sassuolo. See us through to the final of the Coppa Italia for the 2nd successive season. And all that's standing between us and a 2nd successive Coppa Italia is Bologna in the final. But as we said, looking at the league table, we are, as we said, 14 points clear of Juventus. We have done much better defensively in the league this season than we did last season. In season 1, I think we conceded 27 goals in the whole season. Season 2, we've conceded over 50. And so far, we've only, I think, conceded 24 this season. So we are looking a lot better at the back, thankfully, given that we spent 200 million on a pair of centre-halves. But obviously this game against Spezia will see us hopefully secure the league title for the 3rd successive season. In terms of the individual player stats, Rafael Leao and Chukwueze right up there in terms of the average ratings. Bacciarina and Leao up there in terms of the assists. Mike Maignan, who I think kept 5 clean sheets last season in the league, has kept 16 clean sheets in the league this season so far. And then goals-wise, we don't have anyone really in the top of the goals chart. Hopefully, next season when we've got a full season of Osimhen, that'll change, and we can maybe score even more goals. We are spreading them around, to be honest, because I think we have scored over 100 goals again for the 3rd successive season, and we've still got 5 games left to go. So this side we've picked for the trip to Spezia. We do have a full squad available for the first time in a long time. Tomori is starting instead of Scalvini just because he's not fully fit. He's struggling a bit with the number of games he's played. And hopefully, if this game goes to form, we pick up the 3 points and we secure that 3rd league title in a row. They won with a 4-3-3 against our 4-2-3-1. Graziano to Profundi. Here to into Bacciarino Theo Hernandez in acres of space in the box. Comes back out. I mean, he should have pulled it back, I think, rather than going for goal, but we'll skip over that. I've played a ball over the top. I think Tomori is about to get himself sent off here. Right, so no changes, but no changes to the personnel. We've gone to a back three. Thankfully, that free kick comes back off the woodwork. We've pulled the fullbacks in to the back three alongside Jarell Hato. Corner for them. Whipped into the near post. We've got a head on it. It's still alive. Oh my God. What on earth was that? So the corner comes in. We get a head on it. They loop a header back in. And Theo Hernandez, Magnan and Bacciarina getting each other's way, and Magnan palms it into the net. This is not what we need. A corner for us, Profundi to take it into the near post. And it looks like we've been given a penalty. That's going to be a VAR check anyway. And so we've got a penalty. It's going to be Theo Hernandez, who's missed several penalties this season. Step up. And he's missed another. Bacciarina with the resulting corner into the near post. It's flicked on. The Fundy goes back to get it. Theo Hernandez to Bacciarina. Tries to pass it into the box and it's cut out. And from the throw, Theo Hernandez grinders. Hato. Terracciano on the right. Goes all the way back to the keeper. We're going to get caught on the ball in our own half here, I think. Theo Hernandez out to Leao. We're knocking it around nicely. Theo Hernandez driving forward. Helped on. Sotel in the box. Cuts in. I think that was probably going wide of the post anyway, but the keeper's turning behind for another corner on that left-hand side. Bacciarina to take it again. And this one goes deeper. Keeper punches it. Pundi heads it back in. And now they're breaking clear. And Sotel gives away a free kick and a yellow card to halt the counter-attack. We are in all sorts of problems here. I think come half-time we're going to have to go back to the back four and lose one of the attacking players to secure us. I think we can probably still create chances, but there's too many gaps down the sides. Bundy into Osman, running at the defence out to Sotel on the right, goes past his man. And it got a nick on the defender, I think. Takes it out of the reach of the keeper. We've pulled the goal back to 2-1. And we've given ourselves a chance. We're going to win the title in this game. We're going to do it the hard way. But from the kick-off, we're looking to bring it forward. We're wide open. Into the box. And Magnan's turned it behind for a corner. We've got a head on that one. I'm going to come back in though. Shots blocked. Half cleared again. That was a pretty dreadful first half. Although somehow we've had 8 shots and all of them are on target. So they keep us having a bit of a stormer. But we need to do something about the spaces down the sides. Yeah, we're going to need a change of personnel in the second half. Right, we made 2 changes at half-time. We've gone back to the back 4. Profundi's come on, moved across to the right-hand side. Soto's come off. Scalvini's dropped into that central defensive role. And Walker's come on at right back instead of Terracciano, who was knackered. And then they've got the ball in our half, the ball into the box, and a free header. And that is, I think, game over as far as winning the league title today is concerned. And it's going to be a rather embarrassing defeat against a team that had 9 points from 33 games coming into this game. Just acres of space in the middle of that defence. Right, Walker to Scalvini. Back to the keeper. Now Hato. Out to Walker on the right. To Profundi. Osman at the near post. And the keeper's made another save. Right, we've made the rest of our changes to try and get something from this. Right, Rangers with a corner. Deep. And Hato's got a goal with the header. It's 3-2. I mean, I think it's probably too little too late as far as winning this game is concerned to secure the title, but there's still a chance. And from the kick-off, they've gone back. I mean, they're just passing their way through us here. Pretty much like after we got the first goal, they worked the ball into the box. And they've hit the bar. Right, they've got the ball in our half now. We are, I mean, that's in behind again. I'm beginning to wish I hadn't said anything about our defence now. How few goals we'd conceded. Plus, straight after I've said that, we've managed to concede 4 against a team that, as we said, had 9 points from 33 games before this. And there we are. Full time, 4-2, a hat-trick for Sikowski for them. I mean, obviously, the penalty miss was big for us at a time where it would have made it 1-1. But just unacceptable. I mean, I'm genuinely surprised. I mean, Hato obviously scored. Scalvini averaging, getting a 7.1 is a bit bizarre as well. No, well, back to the drawing board. It should only be a matter of time before we wrap up the league title. And hopefully we can add the Coppa Italia to make it a double again. It's Coppa Italia Day, and we had to wait 1 more week to wrap up the league title, but we have now done so. We won the league title having beaten Lazio 4-0 at home, a hat-trick from Rafael. We then followed that up with the mostly a reserve team going to Turin to play Torino. We won 4-0 away from home as well. It gave us a chance to rest some players for this Coppa Italia final. As we stand in terms of the league, there's 2 games left in the league. Everything practically is decided. It's just the last European spots up for grabs. We are still currently 14 points clear at the top of the table. And Bologna, who we're playing in the Coppa Italia final, have had an interesting season. They have only lost 9 games in the league, but they have drawn 14 of them. And they are in with a chance of qualifying for Europe through the league as well. But going into this final, they appear to have some injury and suspension issues, whereas we have a full squad available, fit, raring to go to try and make it a second successive double. But here we are, the side we've picked. It's basically what has proven to be our best team over the whole season. Every one of the starting 11 is averaging over 7 this season. And hopefully we're a bit too strong for them, because they're going with a 4-3-3 against our 4-2-3-1. And Terraciano with a free kick into Reinders. Back to Terraciano on the right. He's giving it away in there, deep in their half. And then they've gone long. Scalvini wins a header. We've recycled it in midfield. Sortel shifts it on quickly. Profundi going past his man. Low ball into the near post. Osserman scores 1-0 after less than 10 minutes, and that is exactly the start we were looking for. Once it comes to Sortel, as well to shift it on first time. Profundi just outpaces the defender into the near post. And Osman gets in front of the keeper to finish. They've run long with a goal kick. Sortel wins the header. Osman's got it and driving towards goal and just couldn't get it on target. It's amazing how much more comfortable it is with Osman up front. Someone that you know is going to likely take the chances that come to him. But a corner for them. We've cleared it with a header. And then Osman tidying up at the back and just helps it forward. We've won it back in midfield now. Can we break? Bundy gives it away though, looking for Osman. Now they're looking to get in behind Theo Hernandez. Managed to clear it in the middle of the box. Sortel now bringing it clear. Still going into Reinders, into the box, and the shot straight at the keeper. We've nicked a ball there. Profundi now to Leao. Further wide to Theo Hernandez. Driving into the box, cuts it onto his right foot. And the keeper turns it behind for a corner. Bundy's to swing the corner in. Goes deep. Up and it's headed clear on the other side for another corner. Bacciarina to take it. Whips it into the near post. And they've got it clear. We've got on the end of one of their keepers' sort of shorter clearances again. Now Hato to Scalvini with loads of time to pick a pass. Finds Reinders over the top looking for Osman. He takes it down. Drops it back for Leao. Takes a nick and it hits the post and they clear it. Right, a throw for them in our half. Into the box. Come out to the edge of the area. Shot comes in. And that's just dreadful defending. How have we let him get a shot off? I thought when they played it out there, we're fine. But he just shifts it away from his man. And then it goes through the legs, I think, of Terraciano there. Right. And they went short with a goal kick. Out to the fullback. Leao wins it back. Theo Hernandez. Hato. Now Scalvini. Leao putting in field and driving through the middle of them and then just got underneath the shot and it goes over the top. Another short goal kick. And goes back to the keeper. And trying to play their way out of the back. And they've done pretty well so far. Down the line. Scalvini intercepts it. Bacciarina back to him. Graziano now driving infield out to Sotil. Bundy edged off the ball. And Theo Hernandez finds a ball over the top to Leao. He squares it. Somehow, Osimhen's missed from 7 yards out in front of goal. I mean, we've been wasteful in front of goal in that first half. We've had enough chances. We need to be better in the second half. Profundi's taking a knock, so he might have to come off at half time. But we need to be a lot better in front of goal in the second half. Right, we made the one change at half time. Benassa's come on for Profundi and Reinders has put forward into the number 10 role. They're trying to pass it out, but again, they've given it away in a dangerous position. Rafael now on the left. Theo Hernandez pulls it back to Bacciarina, who bends his shot, hits the post, and it goes out for a throw-in. Bacciarina to Leao. Wants to run at his defender. Gets the byline. Finds Reinders in the box. Gives it back to Leao. Theo Hernandez finds Bacciarina on the edge of the area. And he just couldn't whip that. Got around that enough to bend it on target. Now, we made another couple of changes. Chukwueze's come on for Sotil on the right. And Parisi's come on at left back for Theo Hernandez, who picked up a yellow card early on. A free kick for them. Whip to the back post. Got a head on it. We've managed to clear it eventually. Now Parisi streaking clear. He's in on goal. And the keeper's made a good save to turn it behind for a corner. Bacciarina to take it. Flat one to the near post. It's up in the air and away. Bacciarina with a free kick. Goes for goal. Hits the bar and goes over. A couple of times now Bacciarina's hit the post, the woodwork. They've gone back to the keeper. We're into the last 10 minutes here. Leao cuts out that forward ball. Back to Hato. Bacciarina on to Reinders. Driving in towards the edge of the box. Finds Benassa. He finds the bottom corner. Makes it 2-1. And, I mean, when you look at the match stats, we do deserve to be in front. We have been wasteful in front of goal, but Benassa wasn't that time. Reinders just drives infield. Just so you think he's about to shoot. He lays it off. And then Benassa passes it into the bottom corner. Right, we've made our last couple of changes to get some fresh legs on, just to see these last few minutes out. Leao infield gives it away, but Thiaw steps in, wins it back. Reinders looking for the run of Bacciarina. And he still can't hit the target. Bends it wide of the far post. Right, Benassa with a late corner. And we've hit the woodwork again. Right. They went short with a free kick when really they need to get the ball forward. Pass back to the keeper. And try to play the way out. Back to they have gone directly through the middle of the pitch. Scalvini with a challenge. But they're going to have a chance to get the ball into the... In fact, they've got players streaking forward. Thiaw intercepts it. Morata on for Chukwueze. Goes for goal. He could have played Leao in on the left. And misses the target. And there we are. Full time, 2-1. I think we pretty much dominated that game. We were very, very wasteful in front of goal. But that is the Coppa Italia for the second successive season. That is a double for the second successive season. Overall, a pretty successful season. The Champions League was a bit up and down, given how we started and then getting Real Madrid in the quarterfinal. But league-wise and Coppa Italia-wise, we've been pretty clear of the rest of the teams in Italy. And a deserving double for the second season in a row. Okay, so it's time for the end season review. Obviously, the 2 trophies we won there. In terms of the incomings, obviously there's a couple of young players came in, one of which actually that came in summer, Istvan Ilez, who has been in the under-20 squad all season, has actually made his debut for Romania at a full international level. But 3 main transfers. Obviously, we spent big on the central defensive position in the summer, getting Scalvini, who had 45 games in total, 7.08 average rating. Jarell Hato, who also came in, played 46 games in total for 7.04 average rating. And the fact that they're 21 and 23, hopefully that's our centre-back pairing for many seasons to come. And then in January, we had money available. The one thing that would really improve the squad was an elite goal scorer. So we went and picked up Victor Osimhen, who had been sharing time in the Napoli team and actually hadn't really been playing in the Napoli team in the first half of the season behind Romelu Lukaku. He's played 25 games for us since we signed him in January, got 16 goals and has really hit the ground running. In terms of the outgoings, I mean, there's not many players that we've let go that you would really doubt the reason for letting them go. I mean, Emerson Royale, we've been trying to get rid of for a couple of years. Loftus-Cheek was never going to get in the midfield we had. Same with Musa. Gabbia went in January just because we had too many centre-halves to give him playing time. I mean, Yusuf Fofana looks like he's had a good season, but we did sell him for 40 million to Wolves, who were in the Championship. So you'd expect him to have a decent season. And then, like, not many of them, the other players that we've let go of, seem to have set the world on fire. We obviously had a few players out on loan. Obviously, it was good to get game time into some of the younger players. Ratkov, we signed last summer. Well, the summer before season 2, or right at the end of that summer transfer window. Try and be a number 1 centre forward for us. Didn't really pan out. I think probably we might look to move him on in the summer. There are a couple of other players potentially going to be moving on. Volpato and Oristanio, who we signed in that same summer, probably haven't kicked on as much as we would have hoped. They're potentially going to be leaving. There's also interest in Theo Hernandez. Now, if we get anywhere near his value, which is I think 60 odd to 70 odd million, at 29, it might be time to do a deal there. But we'll obviously see what the summer brings as far as that's concerned. League-wise, after the Coppa Italia, we had 2 league games left. We hammered Inter 5-0 at home. We then drew 1-1 away at Bologna on the last day of the season. We've ended up winning the league title by 17 points from Juventus. We've ended up 20 points clear of Inter. And just a cracking season as far as the league's concerned. We've ended up with 3 players scoring 14 goals in the league for us, with Leao, Sotil and Osimhen. The Champions League was wild, with those 3 games we lost in a row to start the league phase, then winning 5 games in a row to make it straight into the top 8 and into the last 16. We dispatched Napoli pretty easily, and then 2 goals a goal in each leg against Real Madrid after 90 minutes that we've conceded that effectively has dumped us out in the quarterfinal stage. Obviously, the Coppa Italia, the final was probably a bit closer than it needed to be. We wasted too many chances, but other than that, we've comfortably dispatched Verona, Napoli and Sassuolo on the way to the final. And then the Super Cup, we did lose to Napoli in the final of that, having beaten Fiorentina in the semi-final. And there we are. Another season done and dusted. The best 11, it is pretty much what in fact, I think that is the team that started the Coppa Italia final where we said that it's probably the team that we've had the most. Terraciano really has kicked on this season at right back, lots of assists. Reinders and Bacciarina in the centre and the midfield have been great. Profundi has really come into his own in the team now. Leao with 19 goals and 13 assists in all competitions. Soto with 19 goals in all competitions. Not quite as many assists as we would have hoped for, I don't think, there. But we're spreading the goals around, and I think with a full season of Victor Osimhen next season, I think we'll be even more lethal in front of goal. And there we are, the end of season 3. Yet another double. We've won the 3rd league title in a row. And really, I think the aim for next season has got to be to keep progressing in domestic football, keep doing the same thing that we've achieved. But also, we need to make a deep run in the Champions League as well. So join us in the next episode to see what we do in the summer to try and achieve that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.